Welcome to primary night coverage for New York and Maryland 2018. Live from Ocean City, Maryland, here is Andy Pollack. All right, just making sure we fix the minor technical difficulty there. All right, excellent. Good evening, everyone. Live from Ocean City, Maryland, from the Andy's Random Studio. Welcome to your special live primary night coverage. Tonight, we had a lot of interesting headlines that we need to talk about in New York and, of course, Maryland. Lots to get into in this stream, of course. Turn off the music. Make sure that there we go. We're live. I'm just double checking. Okay. So let me just get rid of Audacity because that was a little bit of a concoction I messed up on tonight. Without further ado, let's go to the screenshot. Let's go to the screen share, shall we? Before we get completely off topic. This is an interesting development. Unrelated, but Matt Camper is at the Met game tonight, and the Mets actually who walked off for the Mets? I'm just curious. I know it's unrelated, but I'm just checking the score out randomly. I'll let you all know in a sec. I have the score app, and then we'll get right to the politics. I promise. It's just that Matt Camper, I thought he would be doing a little bit of primary coverage, but I guess he's too busy with the Mets. Okay. So Wilmer Flores, RBI single. So red night, the Yankees and the Mets both win. Interesting. Who cares about that right now? We do want to care about is this before my ADHD takes over. So let's get into it. Let's talk about first up, Lee Zeldin. So who's going to be the Democrat possibly taking on Lee Zeldin? Well, let's refresh the page and we'll get an answer, shall we? So first up, situation is, here's the situation for seat number one. At the moment, it looks like business executive Perry Gershon in district number one is leading by 5 percentage points with exactly 7,034 votes as of 10:29 p.m. We have, of course, let me make sure I'm getting the names right because, again, Kate Browning, that's her name. Kate Browning was 5 points behind, and then cross off these three people. I mean, they don't really. Let's highlight these three people. Let's just give them an epic fail, shall we, tonight? Here we go. Right up here. Now you all can get an idea of what I'm talking about here. All right. Looks like Louisa Shirley has won her primary tonight in congressional district number 2. So again, I'm going to clarify. Well, it looks like it at the moment, but Dwayne Gregory still can put up a fight. So I thought this said 38 for a second because my eyesight's off because again, when you're trying to multitask with so much information. Oh, that's the story Matt Camper was talking about earlier. False alarm causes scare on the JetBlue flight at JFK. You know what? I may touch up on that at the end of this video. I might as well to quickly talk about that. But as at the moment, it looks like Louisa Shirley is leading at the moment. The best thing I can do tomorrow, I'll try to go live early tomorrow morning, 10 or 11 o'clock, and I'll do a quick recap, if anything. So, yeah, that's the best thing I can do. But it looks like Dweeba Shirley is going to win, but Dwayne Gregory could put up a fight. There's only 63.7% of the precincts reporting at the moment. Now, this is very good news. Dan Donovan did win his primary tonight in Staten Island. Let me highlight the results so you all can see what we got in district number 11 tonight. 96.3% of the precincts reported. The race was called at 9:30 tonight for the incumbent Dan Donovan to win his primary, defeating Michael Grimm by about 6,000 votes. So I'm very glad people in Staten Island realized what they're doing. Again, I'm not really familiar with the Democratic side on Staten Island. It doesn't impact us that much. So this is a big upset tonight that we need to talk about. Everyone's talking about this big upset in district number 14. So let's go to district number 14. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. All right. Alexandria Cortez. Let's just call her that so that way we don't get any confusion. Surprisingly upset the incumbent Joel Crawley. 91.1% of the precincts reporting in that district. And they called the race about 30 minutes ago in district number 14. It looks like at the moment, Ocasio-Cortez, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, let's pronounce it correctly, has won that race in district number 14. All right, so we took care of that situation. And lastly, we're going to end it off with district number 19. We have Mr. Delgado. Yes, it looks like Mr. Delgado in district number 19. Antonio Delgado looks like he is going to win his primary. It looks like it early, but keeping in mind, Pat Ryan can still make up some ground. It looks like it at the moment, but within the next hour or two, it's a possibility that Antonio Delgado could win his primary in district number 19 to possibly take on John Vaso in the fall. All right, so let's just check if any. Yeah, I mean, it was only house races tonight in New York. So I know for a fact, Governor, that's not till September. I'm pretty sure Molinaro has one primary challenger, Mark Molinaro, for governor. Obviously, the race I'm keeping an eye on, and many people know this, is, of course, my district in New York, State Senate District number 11. Again, we have two Republicans challenging in that district. Tony Avala's seat. Tony Avala is the current Democrat on that side. That primary will not be until September. Okay, the only thing I know as of now in that race is that it looks like Vicky Palladino, the landscaper manager from Whitestone, could get her signatures by the end of next week. I keep hearing reports that she's getting close to the 3,000. We don't know that for sure. Same with Simon Minching. Both candidates need 3,000 signatures to be on the ballot in that district. So again, I do want to give you information on that when the information is available. But I'll just recap District 1. Okay, so it looks like Gershon did win District 1. My apologies. So let's just recap District 1. District 1 has been called. District 1 has been called. Perry Gershon's going to win. It's only 5 points for Kate Browning. So we may have to keep an eye on that one. So the only district that's not called at the moment, it looks like district number 2 has not been called. Louima Shirley taking on Dwayne Gregory. And I know that race very well. I know that one very well. So I just got to keep an eye on district number 19, it looks like. Antonio Delgado. And looks like district number 2 I have to keep an eye on. All right. So quickly, I'm going to go to Maryland right now. Let's see how Maryland looks right now at the moment. We're going to refresh the WBOC page here in Delmarva, and we're going to get the live election results at the moment. Now, we have a situation in Maryland. The situation is polls here in Maryland were supposed to close tonight at 8 o'clock. Here's the situation. Baltimore County's voting machines had an error from what I heard in Baltimore County. So Baltimore County may have played a role in this Democratic race, but it looks like the former president of the NAACP, Ben Jealous, is going to, it looks like he may win it early, but again, we may have to keep an eye on that. Looks like Rushern Baker. Rushern Baker was, of course, endorsed by former Governor Martin O'Malley. So it looks like at the moment we have to keep an eye on these two, Ben Jealous and Rushern Baker. The race is not over yet, so we have to keep an eye on it. We'll have to see. Ben Cardin, the current incumbent, who was being challenged by 7 other Democrats, including Chelsea Manning, has won that race. That race has been called for the past hour now. So Ben Cardin will be the Democrat, the incumbent. Right now for the Republicans in Maryland, Tony Campbell and Chris Jaffe, Republicans in Maryland. That race is too close to call as of 10:41. Let's just go down. Now, this is a race that I'm completely upset about over here. State attorney. I know it's only early. 30% of the precincts have reported here in Worcester County. But I don't know. I have a bad feeling Chris Heiser, she's going to lose. Because if McDermott's going to win, I mean, I understand 30% of the precincts are reporting here in Worcester County, but this was a race that I was keeping an eye on very closely because Chris Heiser is as a namesake here in Worcester. She's the current county prosecutor, and she was running to be state attorney. But, yeah, I'll quickly mention that Mike McDermott and Matt Crisafulli, that race is still too close to call for county sheriff here in Worcester. But, again, I'm more concerned about the state attorney because, again, Chris Heiser, she's a very nice lady. If you get to know her very well, trust me, as a Delmarvan, I appreciate her and for what she's done to the community as county prosecutor, but I don't know. I mean, it's still too early to call. So if anything, I may have to do a live video tomorrow because if I do it edited, then it's not going to come out the way I want it to. So to end this stream on an unrelated note, I didn't want to talk about news that might have been hidden from the country. So I might as well talk about what happened at JFK Airport tonight. See again, more media bias. They want to talk about Trump again. I know about the uphold of the travel ban. I've known about it since this morning. Who cares? I want to talk about this story. All right, so I've been keeping an eye on the story all night. I mean, Matt Camper first broke the story before 9 o'clock tonight. And the story was earlier that there was police activity on the Terminal 5, the JetBlue terminal at JFK Airport back in New York tonight. Then Matt Camper was reporting from another source from Fox 5 News that said apparently there was a mechanical problem with the radio, with the pilots not being able to use their radio equipment. So that's a little bit concerning. But now WABC in New York is reporting that false alarm caused a security scare on a Los Angeles-bound JetBlue flight. So let's read the information. This was updated about 15 minutes ago. Now, from what I'm making out, who's the reporter on the scene right now? Because I could watch Eyewitness News back in New York. I have a way to watch it, which I'm not going to get into right now. So I may have to see if they are going to talk about this back on my hometown station because My hometown station in Delmarva is, of course, the CBS Fox affiliate WBOC. And, of course, back in New York, my affiliate's WABC TV, which I watch that for my news. But that's why I checked my ABC affiliate in New York for this information. So here's the situation. A false alarm earlier tonight caused panic on a runway at JFK Airport. Port Authority police surrounded the Los Angeles-bound JetBlue flight around 8 o'clock tonight when it apparently experienced a radio issue that impacted the crew's ability to communicate. So like I reported earlier, and Matt Camper reported this earlier, and every other news site was reporting this earlier, the situation was it was a mechanical issue with the radio. JetBlue confirmed a false alarm was sent to JFK Tower during the radio issue, which prompted a strong police response. Okay, JetBlue confirmed a false alarm was sent to JFK Tower during the radio issue, which prompted a strong police response. All right, so Port Authority spokesperson said there was a false alarm sent to the tower as a result of radio communications failure. The aircraft was inspected and cleared with no security threats. So that's very good news, at least. Of course, there's okay. So it looks like Josh Einiger will be doing a live report on the scene in about 15 minutes. So if you're in New York right now and you're watching this and you're looking for any more information, please tune to WABC in about 15 minutes. You can also watch live on ABC7 NY. If you're not in New York, I encourage you, if you want to know about this, because again, the media may hide the story from you. They are going to hide this story from you and probably talk about, yet again, Trump's travel ban being upheld today. All right, so here is a photo from @Alexa_Curtis. Oh, you want me to look up something? Yes. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, folks. My dad wanted me to Google something after I ended this live stream. I will be doing that. So let's go back. We have Alexa_Curtis that said, "Whoa, my worst nightmare at Delta JFK to LAX right now. Honestly, I thought we were going to die." Boy. Yeah, again, there was a lot of panic, but the FAA will investigate this. So hang on, everyone. I'm getting a phone call on my thing. I'll call that person back after I'm done with this live stream. It doesn't take that long to end it. So let's go back to let's just minimize this and go back to, of course, yours truly. Yes, my thing, of course. Let's turn off the screen share, of course. There we go. That's better. All right. So as I said, tomorrow morning, the best thing I can do is get the full results. I'm hoping here in Maryland we will officially know the results for Worcester County State Attorney and, of course, Worcester County Sheriff, of course. If you aren't finding out about the Maryland gubernatorial race, I'm telling you right now, if you missed it earlier, it looks like Ben Jealous is going to be the Democratic nominee, the former president of the NAACP. He's leading by 10 points right now as of 10:48. So I'm hoping within the next hour or two, the race will be called. Now, I'm encouraging everyone in the state of Maryland, please tune to WBAL Radio, AM 1090, AM 1090. If you're in Delmarva, the best thing I can recommend you do is please look for a live online stream, because WBAL is going to be your only source right now for any information when the race officially gets called. I don't know, because the thing is, if I'm in Baltimore, I usually just watch WJZ television. Because the thing is, our CBS stations in Maryland are like the best, in my opinion. WBOZ, WJZ television. Sometimes I will admit I will watch WBAL on occasion, but that's a whole different story. But again, if you're just joining me, it looks like Ben Jealous is about to win the nomination. We had an upset tonight in District 19. I will recap that again. Let me just go back to back because it probably could be new people watching because I don't, I want to be fair to those people. We had a big upset tonight in district number 19. I will go into that at the moment. Not number 19, excuse me. I meant to say number 14. My bad. Because, again, when you have your computer being slow and you don't remember information fast, that's what happens. So, Alexandria Ortiz tonight won her, Alexandria Cortez, excuse me, won her primary tonight, beating Joe Crawley. So that's the information I can give to you right now. So the best thing I can do tomorrow is to check the results again. I will have it in my web history, and I'll try to go as quick as I can with that tomorrow morning. I'm hoping I can be live around 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you can't watch live, you're more than welcome to watch the replay tomorrow. Because I actually have to go into Delaware to take care of a couple things before I head back to New York on Thursday. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. And once again, if you are looking for live results, just please look it up online. WBOC does have its own website. I'm pretty sure WJZ has its own thing. Maybe. But if you are looking for nonstop coverage, just put WBAL on. I'm pretty sure they're doing coverage right now. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, everyone. And hopefully tomorrow morning I will do a quick recap of the election results live here on Google Hangouts for YouTube, of course, because if I do it edited, this computer will just epically fail and I cannot give you the information in time. So take care, and I'm signing off from Ocean City, Maryland. Have a good evening, everyone.